Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for your regularly scheduled Age Mythology Retold action. In the left-hand corner of the map, playing as the blue Huitzilopochtli, everyone's favorite god to hate at the moment. From the tag team, his name is Recon. His opponent today, in the red color, playing as Loki, doing classic Loki shenanigans right now. Big sprain in AOM, Mr. Husk Soup. Yes, it's going to be some Loki, and Soup is doing his tried and true Loki opening. This gives him a very fast advance or early Herser in order to grab early relics and things like that. Huitzilopochtli player Recon, he has gone for a double Kimichin Spy in order to grab as many goats as he possibly can. Both obviously unique approaches in their own right. Unlike some other civs out there, the Huitzilopochtli, the Aztecs do have the most efficient double spy opening. It's 4 seconds to train this unit. As opposed to, say, a Loki player who might want to go for a double Berserk, which is 9 seconds. Or a Egyptian player who might want to go for an early double Priest, which is build your temple and then get the Priest out, etc., etc., etc. The Aztecs do have the advantage here. And as such, has resulted in a staggering 16 goats for our main man, Recon, and 2 goats for Soup. Soup has gone for the early second Herser, so he has actually opted into his fast Herser shenanigans. He's looking for relics at the moment, yet to see them. He's found one over here. Oseberg Wagon is not going to be making him a huge amount of value as this Herser swings around this side. Goats. Goats versus Herser. Herser versus goats. The goats do manage to get back. He finds himself the little crow circle, which is going to be some armory upgrades becoming a little bit cheaper. I do like this build from Soup. It's very, very nice. Not really playing around the Blood Pact opening. He might have been aware that this was a double Kimichin Spy sort of opening. I don't think so. But yeah, Recon, he's not doing anything too crazy aggressive. That's such an insane amount of goat stealage here from Recon. This is a crazy advantage for him. On the other side, I mean, you take the Kimichin Spy, the early Kimichin Spy, you get all the relics. That's an advantage in of itself. However, there is this relic over here, which Soup has missed. This relic is, without question, the most powerful relic, I think, in the game right now. But Recon, he's not actually going for it. That has to be a mistake. Without question, that has to be a mistake. He's going for the early Blood Pact rush. It looks like early rush with the Malinal Jotchitl. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm pretty surprised. That's going to be an extra 2.5 speed for his Herser, which without the upgrade is at 5.5 speed. I think it goes up to like 5.8 or something. Anyways, the Infested Nest comes down. We will have the Force City in momentarily here. The big thing here for Recon, as a little bit of a fight happening at the moment, the big thing for Recon is that Soup doesn't have any goats. So a rush here and pushing him off of this initial hunt and or chickens and berries, that basically could be almost game over to some degree for Soup in this game, as we will see the immediacy of the Huitzilopochtli Tijipla coming in, houses coming down, as effectively all you can do here as the Loki is spam out Herser, and we do see him deciding, let's go after that Tijipla. He doesn't, as long as he doesn't lose any units, he can heal them up on the shrine. Not going to be happening here. Pulling away for the time being. Taking the fight and getting the favor in, for me, is a great idea, as the villagers over here will be pulling back. And Soup has kept all of his villagers alive for the time being. He does not have the room inside of this tower to keep his villagers alive. That's going to be a dead dwarf there. Nice play where that's concerned from Recon. He is getting off to the races here in a big way, as Soup, he's got all the units in. Huitzilopochtli, Tishipla coming through, but I don't think this is a big deal here, to be honest. Like, this is a big spend from from Recon, and it does get taken down. It gives a lot of favor over to the Loki player, and well, the pressure still coming through. But I have to say, I think Soup is winning at this point. Maybe I'm wrong on that assessment. He should probably be thinking about grabbing himself the Hall of Thanes, maybe also the Loki upgrade there as well. Eyes in the Forest. He's also already at 4.9 speed, so it's only 0.1 speed. So I guess they go up to 5.6 or 5.65 or something. Nonetheless, another Tijipla going to come through as Recon is limit testing the Tijipla Rush at this point. It has been nerfed, I think. I don't know by how much it's been nerfed, but it has been nerfed. A little bit of a fight over here is Recon going to attempt to micro this as the Tijipla comes through. That's got just a little bit more time. It's 25 seconds, I believe, in the classical age instead of the 30-ish seconds. So it will fall. Villagers pulling back away from here. Back to work. Lots and lots of idle time forced here. But lots of losses from Recon. So damage dealt. Without question, damage dealt. But how much did he lose here? That's 40 favor in the bank. There's... Well, villagers over here are going to shank down that guy. No problems. Lots of damage dealt, but in reality, I think this rush is over now. And Recon now has to move into the next part of the game, which is going to be what? As he does convert another Tijipla hero. I was like, where is the Tijipla hero? Another Tijipla hero to come through, getting some big damage done onto the villagers. This is just idle time. I don't think he's going to drop any villagers here. He can heal them back up as well on the healing spring, no problems. Soup now deciding to... He's had enough of this. He's going to leave his base. A little bit risky, as the spy can literally see what's happening here. So if he manages to sneak around with another warrior priest, it could be all over for Soup in this game, but he does come over onto the second gold mine. Going to start mining. I actually like this play after all of the pressure is done. He gets the Valkyrie spawn. This is one of the advantages of playing into this strategy for the Loki player. Get himself out all the stuff, kill all the units, build up the favor pool to get myth unit spawns. That's nice. So yeah, you get a bunch of idle time, sure. But you just gave 200 food, 18 favor, Valkyrie over to the Loki. And there's 68 favor in the bank with more favor to come, as now there's 10 Hursar out, of which were needed and are part of the Loki game plan. So, I mean, you be the judge. I don't really know. Another Tijipla coming over here is I would run at this guy and look to... I would run at this guy and look to kill him, because that's even more favor and even more potential myth unit spawns. Not even potential, it's more myth unit spawn coming through, as the warrior priest will return back onto this side. Soup's had enough and he says, I need to attack my opponent here. I can just garrison. If we want to play this counter-attack game, this is totally fine. There's no worries with this. As the Valkyrie and Hursar going to come over onto this spot, see these villagers here. He pulls the Hursar back. He would have had so much damage. He will have so much damage here regardless, but he would have been able to pick off all those villagers. The Hursar trying to track down the warrior priest now, as they do not do well versus all of these Hursar. Over onto this side, the kitchen spy does end up going down. The warrior priests have been spotted in the corner, and this will not be a good fight for Recon. No micro from... Oh, he gets... I was about to say no micro from Soup, but Soup does get out of here. At this point, I want to show off a little bit of something down here. As another... We've got the mod currently working for our... for our Gabaplon thing. It's not public yet, but we do have the mod working. So those that did support, you can see a whole bunch of different names here. A whole bunch of random names here on the Hursar. So there you go. Honey. Feels good. Feels very, very good. The Pharaoh's also in there as well. Obviously a little bit more unlikely to see everything popping up, but anyways, onwards and upwards. Let's little Loki enjoys out there. That mod will be available in the coming weeks as part of the Gameathlon sort of tournament mod package. It's coming. It's going to have the maps for the tournament in there, and it's going to have this mod stuck in there as well. Nonetheless, behind all this, Recon does say it is time for Huitzilopochtli. He wants to get to the heroic age. I'm a bit surprised to see him do this. I don't think there's any real there's no real necessity to go to the heroic age as Huitzilopochtli versus Loki. Especially now that the armory has got that ballistics technology in there. So one thing you can very, very easily do versus Norse is go mass Tequila archers with any amount of frontline. So a couple of spearmen, mass Tequila archers will be really, really tough, even for a 5.6 speed Loki Hersa. Nonetheless, the Tequila archers pulling back into this choke point. Great decision from Recon there. That looked bad for him, but he had a beautiful defense. As double Valkyrie out for Soup. It doesn't get any better than that. As a defense to the warrior priests, as that sort of a situation, it doesn't get any better than that. There's still this blood pact remaining for Recon. Recon could try and sneak his Huitzilopochtli around and try and take out the town center here. I think with this amount of Hersa, he's probably able to actually kill that off before anything bad happens. As Soup sees the Huitzilopochtli, that's going to make a bail out as the Tajipla comes through, and Soup says, no worries, I will pull back. And we do have the Earth Monster getting cast, going to attempt to grab a couple of those units. And at the very least, Recon should be able to kill off some units here. It's a big god power spike. We've got that Bragi coming through here for Soup, however, on the other side, as the units get thrown out, and the remnants here for Recon will get some more damage done, as Soup does manage to pull out of here. He's got a lot of damage onto these units, however, as he's going to have to pull all the way back into his main base to heal those up. All the village is going to have to make a run for it as well. And Recon hits a really nice timing. I think he really should be just right-clicking on this town center, no? If you've got Blood Pact, you're in the heroic age. How much does it do now? Times 3, right? No, times 2.5. So it's kind of like having 2.5 Huitzilopochtli on the 2.5 Huitzilopochtli on the town center. So it's a lot. As the units will come back in, the Valkyrie going to also help speed up the healing process here as well. And well, we'll see if the Superstar can defend his base at the moment. Now, remember, he has been over on this gold mine, so he's been getting away with that for quite some time. And that's going to give him a lot of play moving forward. As this Tajipla coming in. Again, just kill it. Doesn't stay alive for very long. It's free favor in the bank. And it's building up to that next tier of Hersa, of Myth unit spawn. 126 favor in the bank now for Soup as the Huitzilopochtli comes in. Surely we just attack it. It's a crazy amount of favor. Even if the town center goes down, it's a crazy amount of favor to come through. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. His town center will end up dying. Flaming weapons does come down. Look at that favor shoot up into the stratosphere. Unit's going to be making a bail on it. These are 5-speed archers, so they will be able to get out of here pretty quickly. Town center goes down. 168 favor. He might even be able to go for another flaming weapons. But with the lack of warrior priests in and all that gold in the bank, surely the correct play here for Soup is to just go into Battle Ball. An amazing answer for the Tequila archers as well. For those of you who don't know, this Battle Ball does 20 hack damage per... Is it per second? Or is it every 0.2 seconds? No, it takes 0.2. It does 20 hack damage and knocks all of the units away. I think it's area of effect damage. So it's very, very strong versus those sort of balls of archers and things like that. So it's a perfect unit to be building here. Yes, the warrior priests are scary. They do big damage to your myth units. However, if you've got a whole bunch of them, what's your opponent going to do? He's got to kill a whole bunch of your myth units. They're going to get into your back line, spread them all out, allow the raiding cavalry to get a huge amount of damage done, and you're in a good spot. The other alternative here for Soup, and I think that this is very, very strong as well, is go Mythic Age, get Fire Giant and Nidhogg, and say 99 to this Archer Ball. I like that play from Soup very, very much as well. He's going to get that hill fort up. Raining Cavalry getting sniped, as that's a lot of archers. And the little market here to buy some food. Soup is desperately trying to get there. He's literally hunting out on this side. It's a wild decision from him, as Recon. He could swing around there and raid that and get a crazy amount of damage done, but obviously he's going for his own town center instead. Raining Cavalry are going to be moving up to the top side of the map just in case, as a bit of a defensive mechanism, preventing them from dying at any point. And the hell is on the way. But town center advantage for Recon going to come through. He does have a slight villager edge here, but is about to expand even more. He does have himself 8 warrior priests. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. Just to be completely straight up about it, the Nidhogg is incredibly powerful at the moment at killing off specifically this type of unit. Of course, Recon, he's smart. He will go into spread formation. That should be enough to help him defend everything. He's getting himself Spearman and Sean one out as the archers come through. They do manage to catch out the raiding cavalry here. Getting some nice damage. As the raid to some degree, or I don't even know if you can call this a raid, the attempted raid from Soup does not quite work out. Villager will get back to safety there with some good control from Recon. And I've got to say, Recon, he's got to feel like he's in a pretty good position right now. Soup here needs to get himself out more units. He's going up to heavy cavalry. He can go into Jarls. He can go into more raiding cavalry. I actually like the idea of a whole bunch of raiding cavalry here. That being said, if you're going Nidhogg and you're going to have Fire Giant, maybe the idea here isn't to go into cavalry to kill off the archers. More Herser to just frontline, or some throwing axemen to deal with the infantry units. Or some berserks to, again, frontline and deal with the warrior priests. As Soup poking his head in here. There's no... I feel like he could just take all his villagers off of food at the moment, put them onto gold, and be ready to just go straight into mass Fire Giant here. But nonetheless, we will see a great temple coming in onto this position as the Nidhogg comes through. The damage coming in. No spread from the Tequila archers as they all get melted, and the unit... What the hell? The 25 kills in a matter of seconds there. The warrior priests do turn around and kill off the Nidhogg, but all the units die. The amount of damage from that Nidhogg was insane. A perfect cast from Soup, and he's going to be able to kill this town center. He's taken the entire threat of that archer ball away. Charging forward. Yes, there's a great temple here, so there will be some defense, but that was an insane Nidhogg usage. He's now got enough favor for another flaming weapons. I mean, at this point, with that amount of damage, he can kind of do whatever he wants. He will drop the flaming weapons, and can you hear me shaking my head? I don't like it, but he's going to go for it anyways. As Recon going to have to garrison into the temple. Of course, Soup just didn't have any resources in the bank to even spend his favor on Myth unit, but I guess it doesn't even matter. He's got the Battle Boar and he's got a Fire Giant coming through. There's too much stuff here. There's only the one temple up for Recon as well to get himself an answer to the current Myth unit mass. As Recon going to attempt to micro here, you can see that upgrade from the Molina Coyotl will help him actually deal with the Myth unit to some degree, as he can pacify the units. I don't know, he slows down their attack speed, move speed, and all that other good stuff as the Fire Giant comes in, gets that splash damage done. And the raiding cavalry coming through here to deal with these villagers. We will see the Shipla coming through. That's going to be a nice answer to the Fire Giant, and Soup will need to pull back, but he's done so much damage here. And I think this is out of reach at the moment for Recon after it all comes through, and Recon does decide to tap out. What an interesting game here from Soup and Recon. The Zipla rush, the Warrior Priest rush, still definitely in. You can take a look at this and just see what happened early on. You can see the advantage that was accrued. There was without question a all resource total advantage. But this doesn't tell the whole story. Like, military resource-wise, you can see that he does drop. He does fall resources here. So even if you're 1,000 resources in front, sure, but you gave all this favor over in that early stage of the game as well. So that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So who wins out on this? I don't know. I think that I would argue that the Loki wins out on this in the early stages of the game. He wants to build the Herso anyways. He wants to get that fighting in anyways. He wants to get those myth unit spawns anyways. Even with the idle time and everything else caught up, maybe Soup could have played the defense even better and completely shut it down with potentially throwing down some early walls or something like that. But he didn't matter though. He caught out Recon, and well, Recon probably should have just stayed in the classical age. I think that's my take on this. I think if he stays classical age and goes for mainly Tequila archers and warrior priest and potentially some spearmen in there as well, it's not really a unit that Soup can build here that's going to be able to stop that death ball. So 175 pop of that, even with flaming weapons, 175 pop of that. And you're in here blocking off these gold mines on this side with traps, this side with traps. And the life of the Loki gets very, very tough. Now, of course, the Loki could try and get that Nidhogg off again. One town center trying to get to the Mythic Age for a Nidhogg. But I think that next time, Recon, he's not gonna get himself into any positions where his army gets completely wedged up and AoE absolutely erases the army, and he's going to get into that spread formation. That was the big mistake, so to speak, from Recon in this game. It would have been interesting to see how it would have gone had Recon clicked that spread formation. You could see the Nidhogg still dies really quickly, but it did so much damage that I'm like, well, that's kind of fine, right? But interesting game. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.